Welcome to the source. The source. Source. Hey, get the source.
Yo, what's up? Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. I took yesterday off. And by the way, I need to apologize to the NCAA community. I said the game sucked. Had some friends come down from North Jersey, and we started a dynasty, and it was fun. We played through the whole freaking season, so it was it's fun. All right, it's my first time playing a video game in a while, so I gave it a bad rap without giving it a shot. So apologies to those. There were some people pissed off that I said that. Like, what do you care if I like a video game? But yeah, so it was fun. But yeah, let's get back to it. We got I think 11 or 13, I think, games. There's a good amount on tonight. I personally only placed 3 bets, and one of them's over already. I had the over 8.5. Lindy, I know you had the over also. So nice start to the day. Toast had the Rays team total over, so he didn't quite cash with us. Yeah, and speaking of which, I don't know where Toast is. He was just talking in the Discord, so I'm sure he'll be on any second. I don't really know where he's at right now. So it's 4:00. So let's get started. It's Cardinals on the road in Pittsburgh, and I have a bet in this one. I took the Cards this morning at plus 110. I think this price is off. In fact, I don't even really get it. The Cardinals are hitting. In the last 30 days, the Cardinals are a top 10 lineup. They're a top 10 lineup. They're actually, in the last 30 days, the Cardinals are the best lineup in baseball on the road. They're really first in OPS, first in WRC+, first in WOBA on the road in the last 30 days. Now, that's a small sample size when we're talking about home and away. But still, did Toast just join? And
yeah,
I can't freaking see him. All right, I'll be right back. God damn it.
Oh, easy now. Easy.
So lucky.
It's my over too. But here's the thing is I ruined it with some Brandon Lowe in my life because I'm a dum-dum.
I mean, I played Rays team total first 5 in full game, but it moved down. And last night I said, I think I just fell into a trap. And then I woke up this morning and saw the total was at 9 in some spots. And I was like, oh, Yankees minus 1.5 is free.
Got that.
Oh, I didn't play it. I'm just saying the lines told me everything I needed to know. I just didn't wake up till 2 p.m. Eastern.
I get it.
Look, Toast, better luck next year. Over 8.5 was the move.
No, it was
Those
lucky.
bags.
And you guys got very, very, very lucky.
Juan Soto, I had him in God mode today. Yeah, that's correct. So we assessed that one correctly. Go us, Toast.
All right. Speaking of, all right. So I like the Cardinals today. I bet this. I put a full unit on it. I got it at plus 110. I like this bet from a number of different angles. Like I said, in the last 30 days, the Cardinals are hitting. They're a top 10 lineup, period. They're actually the best lineup in baseball on the road in the last 30 days. They're a top 5 lineup against righties in the last 30 days. Cardinals' offensive numbers look great. So even though, I know Mitch Keller has some nice looking numbers at home this season, if you look at recent starts, you can poke holes in Mitch Keller, and I expect the Cardinals to hit him. I do. I expect the Cardinals to get to Mitch Keller. And on the other side, Palante's been pretty solid, and I personally am not a buyer of the Pirates lineup. I know Toast has some faith in him. I personally don't. Palante also has nice looking numbers against lefty bats, which those are the lefties make up the main pieces of the Pirates lineup. They only have 5 lefties, I believe, in the lineup, but the main pieces, O'Neill Cruz, Brian Reynolds, they're going to be lefties. Also, Rowdy Tellez is a lefty. So not that I think Palante is going to go on the road and throw 7 shutout, but I think he can give us 5 or 6 here with 1 to 2 earned runs, which should be enough to win. This price is off based on an overvalued starting pitcher and recency bias because Pittsburgh's had some recent success. St. Louis plus 110. Cards all the way for me here.
Yep, still plus 110 over at BetMGM. This was the first bet I made yesterday. I'm right there with you for pretty much all the reasons you laid out. I'll add a couple things. St. Louis, 108 WRC plus against right-handed pitching on the season. If you get any positive regression whatsoever coming your way from Nolan Arenado and company, I mean, you're going to see a St. Louis lineup that looks a little bit different going forward. Just think overall that this is just kind of a price that When I saw it instantly, I'm like, well, what am I missing here? I'm not missing a damn thing. Wilson Contreras, Alec Burleson there. No Paul Goldschmidt in today's lineup for what it's worth. Or no, he's batting 7th because he's been sent to the absolute doldrums himself. There he is sitting at the bottom of it. But overall, this is a St. Louis team that has some lefties in Burleson, Donovan, and Newt Barr that I value pretty highly. I think that they've been very, very good, especially Burleson over the last month. Good Lord Almighty. But this is also just a guy in Andre Palante who, while I don't love going out of my way to back him here, he does one really, really special thing, and that's he's inducing tons of ground balls, 59.6% ground ball percentage. It's not going to wow you going up there against O'Neill Cruz and such, but feel pretty good about this St. Louis number with you. You give me coin flips at plus 110, I'll take it all day.
Someone said, can we just call positive regression progression? That doesn't really describe. Obviously, like in dictionary, if we're looking at a dictionary, that is the word, but that if you use it in context, it doesn't make sense. Trust me, I've had the same thought before. Positive regression is the best way to describe it. What we're describing doesn't really exist. It's not like
because regression is already something that's gone poorly. So when we're talking positive regression, you're going back towards the median outcome. Right. So on a standard deviation curve, slamming together those one standard deviations on both sides of it, going towards the mean, continuing on. Again, it's all a fancy way of saying fucking go St. Louis.
Thank you for the AP statistics lesson, Lindy. I love it.
Welcome. 68, 95, 99.7, all falling within the standard. There, I hate myself sometimes. I totally understand the hate. Go ahead, bring it on.
Toast, are you with us? Cards.
Yeah, I'm pissed off because, I play Cards first 5. It's at plus 120 now. I was going to play the Cardinals last night at plus 120. And then I thought the first 5 would be better. I played Cards team total over 3.5 as well. You didn't mention that they've absolutely slaughtered Mitch Keller the first 2 times that they've seen him this year as well. This is going to be the 3rd time they've seen Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller has pitched 11 innings against St. Louis. He's given up 17 hits and 9 runs. I have no reason to believe. I don't need to go into it anymore. You guys touched on everything, but yeah, I'm on the Cards first 5 and team total over 3.5. I didn't want to deal with the bullpen.
I mean, I hear you. Pirates bullpen. The Pirates have actually been good in the late innings, offensively as well.
It's just, and St. Louis has played 2 or 3 days, 3 games in the last 2 days. Helsley went 19. You're not going to have Kittredge. I just didn't want to deal with the top 2 arms being.
What was the first 5 number again?
It's 120 now. I got it at 118. I thought I was sharp. Obviously, I'm not.
So I don't know where the rumor came from that I banned Silverback from the show. By the way, people asked it. I'll get him back on. I after he came on last time, I asked him to come back on. He was busy that day, and then he said I'm free on Wednesday and Thursday, and I already had people that day. I don't know where that rumor came from. That's just not true. I'll get it back on at some point. But let's go on and move on to the next one. What does that say? Mets Marlins. I wanted to bet Grimace so bad. I still do. I want to take Mets minus 1.5. I don't know what to think. Are the the Marlins are hitting lefties now? I guess.
This is a
right?
straight pass. I'm not even spending 10 minutes on this game. Miami has been terrible against lefties, 7-28 on the year, but they've won like 3 of their last 4 against the lefty. I don't want to deal with this game. It's a pass. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
So what I was alluding to there is the Marlins haven't been touching lefty starters all season. I mean, literally rock bottom, worst lineup in baseball against lefty starters this entire season. They've gotten to 3 in a row. So I don't know what to do. I mean, if we use any larger sample size than 2 weeks, David Peterson should deal here. But I don't know. It'll be put up Mets money line for me, but it'll be Mets.
If I have to play a bet, first 5 under 4.5.
Yeah, if I had to play a bet under 8.5, it technically is a play in my spreadsheet by it's like a 2% expected value. And I just said no. I don't do drugs, and also don't bet Mets Marlins games in July. That seems like a good rule of thumb.
I just looked because I was a little worried about the Marlins bullpen, but they should be fine. Scott and Puck both pitched 2 of the last 3, but they should be available if needed. So it'd be Mets or pass for me. Maybe Mets minus 1.5 get some better pay out there, but nah. Unfortunately, can't put any money on Grimace.
I'm sorry.
Tigers, Cleveland.
CLV King.
Well, wait, Toast, you have a bet on this one?
Yeah, I got Tigers plus 100.
Oh,
I don't like that. Lindy's with you, I think.
You should laugh.
I was looking at the first 5 market last night, and then honestly, I woke up this morning and like lived my life, and I think I missed the boat on pretty much everything that I wanted to do here. I'm just double checking to see if nope, absolutely toast. So it'd be Detroit first 5 for me, but I'm not going to be tangoing here at these numbers.
You said Detroit first 5?
Detroit first 5.
I'm actually leaning the other way. I'm actually leaving Cleveland first 5.
Yeah, we
I
got
think there's
that.
a good reason
Why don't you explain? We got that. Why don't you explain?
I didn't say I was on the first 5 till just
Well,
now.
you said that you didn't like my bet, and you're on the
know.
other side of his. I mean, that pretty much tells us you like Cleveland.
I want, yeah. I'm waiting for Prop Beaver to get the picks up. There's a graphic for it, Prop Beaver. You didn't even look.
I wouldn't play Detroit at -130. By the way, everybody, not a chance in hell.
There's graphic for me and Lindy in there. Cleveland first 5 money line. I really considered pulling the trigger on this. So, all right.
This got steamed immediately. You can't do it anymore. It would be Cleveland or pass. So go ahead, talk the Cleveland side of it.
So you on this show, you've heard us talk about the Cleveland hitting slump several times. Talk about their numbers against right-handed pitching, right-handed starters. That's what they've been slumping against. The numbers against lefties look fine. In fact, they've still been hitting lefty starters at a really good rate. +140 at home with a much better team. Not to mention Carrasco. We're talking about 3 good home starts in a row. I know Detroit's lineup has showed signs of life, but they still suck. +140. How is that not just a play on the number? The better team at home. I mean, you also take the full game at +110. It would have to be Cleveland or pass here. I'm not jumping at the opportunity to fade Scooble, but it would only be Cleveland. This price is crazy, honestly. Cleveland or pass?
Yeah, it got out of control. I mean, if I had been more astute and gotten on this early inside of like -140, I'd be happy with it. But I'm looking around like -148 is available on Bet Rivers Unibet if you guys aren't limited there. -155 on Hard Rock for the Florida people. But otherwise, it's -170 and up. It is just a joke and a disaster for what that number is now at. Is Scuball the better pitcher? Nobody's going to argue that one. But this is just a price and probability thing. I think at -170, you just hit eject immediately. If you're in Florida, -155, I do like markedly better than the +120 side there going up against that Cleveland side. But at +140 on Caesars, where you're looking at here for that first 5 on the Cleveland side, I think that's the more prudent play at this point.
Yeah, that's well said. Next.
Okay, next.
What? Do you have something else to say?
I didn't even say anything about this game besides that I was on the
Oh,
tower.
then go.
I didn't say a word, but go ahead.
You're
Next
in
game.
rare
I'm
form
good.
today.
I'm good.
No,
Next game.
Let's hear it.
go.
I bet you it's really fucking enlightening. Let's hear it.
I'm good. Next game.
Next game. Toast is pissed about the race team total.
I'm not at all. I lost more bets this
I'm not
morning
mad.
than I did in the last.
I'm not mad. Everything's great. I'm so happy. It's great to be here.
I'm like 25-6 my last 31 plays.
I didn't even care about her. I didn't even like her. I'm so happy.
0-1 today. 0-1 today.
0-2. Dumbass.
Wow, you suck.
Numbers are hard. Numbers are hard.
I didn't see your bet. All right, what's the next game, Prop Beaver? Reds Braves. All right. So I didn't place a bet on this one. I'll let you guys take it. My opinion are I really like the matchup for both starting pitchers, specifically Reynaldo Lopez. I think Lopez is going to deal here. I know that the Reds seem to be heating up there for a second, but if you actually look at the game logs, it was at home at Great American against some shaky arms. I think Reynaldo Lopez is going to pitch really well, but I can't bet the Braves because I also think Hunter Green's going to pitch really well. So that's how I see this game. Is I see both two great starts here from the starting pitchers, and the total reflects that, sitting at 7.5. So I guess like a first 5 under or pass, but don't even put it up, Prop Beaver. I want to hear what these guys say.
I'm on Reds money line personally. I bet it last night. Reds money line for me at +135 on Caesars. I bet it, like I said last night. Hunter Green on the road is a guy I trust. Not to mention over his last 4 starts, Hunter Green has been pretty damn good. Sorry, 3 of the last 4. He had a bad one against Pittsburgh, and then obviously St. Louis, Detroit, and Colorado, all solid starts. Obviously, those lineups aren't nearly what the Braves lineup is, but now you deal with the Braves without Ozzie Albies. I mean, that's just another bat that goes in there. Like, I understand that, like, Rosario, Duvall, Murphy, Arcia, like, some of those might have a little bit of name value to some Braves fans and stuff, but it just doesn't really do anything for me. And yeah, I will give you that the Reds against right-handed pitching, I mean, they hit up Cheerios. Who was the other couple guys? I mean, it wasn't great, but I still think they hold an advantage over the Braves bats. And honestly, Ronaldo Lopez has been really, really good, but we've starting to see regression over 3 of his last 4 starts. He hasn't been as dominant as he has been earlier in the year. Not to mention, we know he's a reliever, so the more innings he puts on that arm, I still feel like we're yet to see what he really is as a starter. So everybody in the Reds bullpen is rested and ready to go that I would want. I took the Reds at plus 135.
It was Chirinos, Edward Cabrera, Cal Quantrill.
Yeah.
And then before that, they got blanked by Feltner, and then they got blanked by Jake Irvin. So
and then they hit up Stroman and Gill. Yeah, I remember that now.
And Reynaldo Lopez. Actually, Lindy, you go. There was something else I wanted to add, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll touch on Hunter Green, over 6.5 strikeouts. I'm not a huge, hey, I'm going to just play the most square play on planet Earth today in the prop department. But it appears that that's what I kind of been doing here at this point. But there's money coming in on this under for Hunter Green, mainly to react to this number 2 batter, Ignacio Alvarez, Nacho Alvarez, as he is known. Only a 15.2% strikeout rate at AAA this season. Ridiculously low strikeout rate, batting second up there, smack dab between Kelenic, between Riley. So it's going to be an interesting deal looking at some of these numbers here as the afternoon goes on, but I feel like it overcorrected, and now it's starting to jump to the other side. Minus 120. I got this at minus 110 at BetMGM. I think you can jump in right now at minus 120 and be just fine. Even the minus 125 over on DK, I don't have a problem with. Hunter Green has his lowest strikeout rate now, sitting just south of 28% in his 3 big league careers. He's been around a 30% strikeout guy, so pretty markedly small difference there. But we're looking at a Braves team that even with Nacho Alvarez here in this lineup, I've got adjusted to around a 24% strikeout rate here as a team. You've got 24.8% against right-handed pitching here on the season. I think it's an interesting one to just be looking at Hunter Green, taking that over 6.5 and moving along with your life.
Hey, Lindy, can I ask you a serious question? I was looking at Alvarez earlier today, and I noticed that and I know that you pay a lot of attention to, especially the guys in the minor leagues and stuff. How do you deal with a guy like him who was downright kind of bad in AA and then really, really good in AAA? Like, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, what's hard is that sometimes it becomes like a positional need that a team calls somebody up because somebody gets hurt. And so then, hey, we'll give him an opportunity. And sometimes you kind of play to the level of your competition for a period of time, or you get a coach who makes an adjustment to your swing and can get somebody going in the right direction. You have better coaching at AAA than you're going to have at AA, or at least that's what you're hoping. That's the intent, is having better coaching and better people that are in charge of your organization at the AAA level. And so maybe somebody came in, made an adjustment, but I think there's no doubt that sitting south of like a .050 ISO that he had at AA, 202 plate appearances was a decent enough number. Now 132 there with a 239 ISO. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. We've got Steamer, we've got Zips projecting it for like a 247, 328, 350 guy. And so do I think he's going to be special by any means? No, but there's definitely the issue where you're talking about Hunter Green, where it's like, you got to notice a guy who, strikes out between like 15 and 18% at every single level of ball, because it doesn't seem like he's going to be a heavy strikeout guy at any point in time.
So something else I wanted to add for Reynaldo Lopez. I don't know if you guys saw this. So Reynaldo Lopez has really nice looking splits against righty bats. 248 WOBA, 094 whip. So he's been really good against righty bats. Reds are going to load it up with righties, as we know. Also, Reynaldo Lopez at home, he's got a 124 ERA at home this year, 114 whip. His last home start, he threw 6 shutout innings against the Phillies. Now, that was without Harper and Schwarber, I believe. But still, 6 shutout innings. I like Reynaldo Lopez to deal. I think if I had to place a bet, it'd be like Reynaldo Lopez to record a win at a nice plus price or something. So, but
yeah,
I will say that Reynaldo Lopez has had some pretty weak competition at home. So I looked at that myself as well.
Like the Reds.
I need Rhys Hines 57 steak sauce to start regressing towards the mean. He's the exact thing that we're talking about there for a guy who in AAA wasn't really all that good. 193 ISO still good. He has a 618 ISO now through 36 plate appearances in MLB. What in the bloody hell? Stop.
That's ridiculous.
Get out of here. It's so dumb. I'm so sick of this human
He's
being.
not even in the lineup today, so.
I just can't. I just want to say that it just needs to stop. So whatever's going on with Reese Hines, somebody in Cincinnati.
He got hot in Cincinnati. Good for him.
I can't. It torches me.
All right, next game prop, Beaver. Phillies Twins. Toast, we're going to be on opposite sides. I don't even know what you bet, but we're going to be on opposite sides.
I bet over 8.
Oh. Well, we're not on opposite sides. All right, why do you like the over?
Why do I like the over? Honestly, I just felt like the number was a little low. I've cashed back-to-back overs in Minnesota the last couple of days, and those totals were low, and I felt like this number 8 was low. Obviously, the starting pitching was better as far as Minnesota is concerned from the last couple, or was better the last couple nights. But I don't think Ranger Suarez has been really good for a while now, and I don't really think he's going to give me a masterclass or anything like that today. With the Twins' ability to hit left-handed pitching, I understand they haven't been as good lately, but they are still a team that I trust against left-handed pitching. And then Philly, I mean, they're a team that has smashed right-handed pitching all year long, and Bailey Ober is like definition of average for me. The Twins bullpen's a little taxed as well, and the Phillies bullpen isn't really trustworthy at this time, so I just felt that 8 was too small of a number. I had it more at 9.5 myself.
Maybe Lindy is on the other side. I'm on the Phillies. Phillies money line. Philly. All right.
Flip Philadelphia.
Great show. So, all right.
Okay.
It's not that I think Ranger Suarez is going to all of a sudden bounce back and go on the road in Minnesota and deal. That's not really what I think. I mean, Toast did mention that the Twins have failed to get to back-to-back lefty starters. One of them was named Kyle Harrison. So I'm not saying it's impossible that Ranger Suarez goes on the road here and deals, but that's not really what this is a bet on. I think the Phillies are about to annihilate Bailey Ober.
I assume you saw the pitch mix too.
Yeah, the pitch mix, and okay, so hold on, let me pull it up.
It's just freaky. This whole game is just freaky.
So hold on. The pitch mix, first of all, he's the fastball, changeup, cutter. The Phillies are top baseball against all those pitches. And Bailey Ober has some really nice looking numbers, at home. You ready for his recent opponents? The White Sox, the Tigers, the Mariners, the A's twice in a row, the Pirates. This dude is pitching against AAA. What's his next start? The Portland Sea
honestly,
Dogs?
you can even say the Yankees, because the Yankees haven't been playing well for a long time. So it's not like the Yankees lineup is like, oh my God.
The Bailey Ober hasn't pitched against a good lineup since Obama was president. I mean, so this Phillies lineup against righties, I've said it a million times. If Schwarber and Harper, those two lefty superstars, are in that lineup, I will trust them to get to. I trust them to get to any righty starter, especially one that hasn't pitched against a good lineup in 3 months. If you look at the Phillies against righty starters since those guys have come back, they got to every single one except Joey Estes, which was in a weird spot. It was the last day before the All-Star break. Nobody even gave a shit that day. Everyone was just looking forward to vacation. I mean, before that, they crushed Landon Knack, Mitch Spence, Gavin Stone, who had been really good, crushed them. So I expect the Phillies to crush Bailey over here. I think Ranger Suarez can be okay and give us a quality start. Which should be enough. Also, you didn't mention the Twins bullpen, Toast. Twins may be missing a couple arms. So Twins bullpen.
Jackson, Alcala are not going to pitch. They haven't pitched 3 in a row. Period.
So the Phillies bullpen
were taxed.
Oh, did you? I missed that.
Yeah, he did say that.
Oh well, the Twins also missing 2 of their main bullpen arms. So Phillies up.
I don't hate that.
I hate everything that has to do with this baseball game. And as a Twins fan, well, yeah, but also Bailey Ober, 9.4% barrel percentage, 20-degree average launch. This is just a ballpark that it feels like when the humidity gets up, it's going to be sitting around 80%. We just see the ball start flying out of here. You brought it up astutely this weekend too, is that the dew point, and we're getting more humidity up there in my old neck of the woods this time of year. So it becomes kind of an advantageous spot to be looking at some overs. I didn't end up taking anything there. And part of the reason, too, is that I do think Ranger Suarez is due for some good starts, right? Because I don't know what to expect out of this guy going forward. I mean, he's got a 2.76 ERA, 1.04 whip. but his last 3 have been brutal and the velocity's been there. So I don't know what to make of it. Maybe it's just a bad string of luck, but 15 earned in your last 3. I'm going to pump the brakes, I think, on this entire game. I looked at the Minnesota money line there at one point in time, didn't end up firing up anything there. Manuel Margot, he's sitting at plus 950 to homer over on Caesars, which I would call my quote unquote best bet, but obviously it's not a very likely bet to hit. And there's pinch hit risk with him at the top of this lineup. So it just becomes like, for me, I'm probably going to pass on the entire game.
All right. Next up, please. White Sox Rangers. I didn't bet this. I have a lean to throw out there, and I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Kind of like the first 5 under, 4.5 here. Oh. So the White Sox, their game logs against righty starters are like they are not. When I'm saying they're not touching righty starters, that like doesn't even describe.
You would think there's a glitch.
Yeah, like these numbers can't be right. So real quick, so the White Sox against righty starters here. The last 3 righty starters they've seen: Seth Lugo, Brady Singer, Michael Wacha, combined for 23 innings pitched, 1 earned run. just 15 base runners in 23 innings pitched. So this White Sox team isn't even sniffing righty starters. And I'm not even a big Michael Lorenzen guy by any means. I also don't like how he struggled. There should be a graphic for it, AJ. No, I gave it to him. And I also don't like how Lorenzen has some shaky splits against righty bats, and the White Sox are loaded up with righty bats. So, like, there are angles there that can point you towards the White Sox hitting. But as a whole, the White Sox are going to have to show me they're capable of touching a right-handed starter before I consider it. And then on the other side, I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. The Rangers aren't really hitting righty starters and haven't been for a couple months. Fetty's been the man this year. It doesn't get talked about because he plays on the worst team in baseball. So 4.5, I feel like this should be a 4. So I'm considering this one. I haven't played it, but I'd be down to do it if you guys could co-sign it.
I mean, even if you're worried about the Lorenzen splits, I mean, his last 3 starts at home, I mean, have been pretty damn good. 5 innings, no runs against the Rays, 6 innings, 3 runs against the Mets, but that was like during the grimmest times. I mean, it's really hard to hate him for that. And then before that, he went 4 innings and 2 runs against San Francisco. So he faced this White Sox team 2 times last year, went, I think, 14 innings almost, gave up maybe 1 earned run. So, I can't believe it's at 4.5, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I would
do it. Let's bet this.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
I didn't really spend a whole bunch of time on this game, but Jesus, I don't understand. Yeah.
Lindy, are you with us?
Something. I'm gonna tail you on that, but I also have another piece that I think I'm just gonna probably split exposure and have a little play on this and a little play on yours. I like the first. I got to make sure that I can read off this bet correctly because it always plays with my head. First 5 run line, White Sox plus 0.5, minus 110, pretty much the prevailing number. Just give me the pissing. I almost said the pissing mismatch. I don't know what that is, but that's kinky. This is definitely going to be a spot where I think Michael Lorenzen is due to get his fucking head smashed in sooner rather than later.
Sox?
Yes, at some point, I don't care, against somebody, and Michael Lorenzen, he can't keep getting away with it, Jesse Pinkman style. It's just not okay what we've been witnessing over the course of this season. The guy has a 17.4% K rate, an 11.8% walk rate, a 3.52 ERA. One of these things is not like the other ones. 4.82 expected ERA. The guy just needs to just kick rocks or, I don't know, play the outfield again. Do something, Michael Lorenzen, because pitching ain't
That's a low blow, Lindy. That's a low blow.
Yep. Michael Lorenzen. Yep.
I like how he took the half run. Toast hates when I take the half run of the first 5. He says it's stupid. I disagree completely. I like taking the half run.
Not only do I think it's stupid, I think it's probably the worst bet in baseball.
Stop. You got to have numbers to back that up. You can't just say that. That's the worst.
I don't think I've bet one of these all year long for what
I don't do it often either.
It's the first time that it's.
And I would bet the last 25 times you've made that bet, that one run has came into play less than 10 times.
I would like to see. I would like to see the.
I would bet you're a mean person, and your words have repercussions in my heart. Okay.
You capper. I want to report on that because me and Toast have been arguing that for 3 years. So you got.
I'm actually gonna run some stuff tonight.
I want to know if it's smart to take the half run in the first 5. Me and Toast have been arguing about that on this show since 2021. So like literally been arguing.
I'm just taking the half run. Again, I'm looking like 0-0, 1-1, 2-2. Just give me the pushes, turning them into W's. Again, I have not, and this is something I've talked about on my show. This is the first year that I've even implemented first fives because I was back testing it and I wasn't profitable looking at first fives for the first 3 years of doing this. And so I never recommended one until about 2 months ago when I was like, oh, I'm starting to see where I can be early on certain spots and what time of the day to be betting, which is kind of an under talked about thing where it's like, hey, I'll just wait for this dog number to change. And then obviously when there's drastic starting pitcher disparities, like the Tariq Skubal one, it's like, yeah, I wanted to jump in at minus 130, minus 135. But if you miss the boat, you're not betting it at minus 170 like it's currently at. So for me, it's just a price probability thing. And like, I think the half run is interesting for me today. So I'm going to split exposure with that and your over, and I'm going to, or sorry, the under 4.5, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to split exposure on that.
Next game, please, Prop Beaver. Brewers Cubs. Someone likes this game. Oh, it was somebody in the Discord. I don't think it was Toast though.
Not me.
Someone likes the over in this game. I forget who said it. Might have been S. So I think Tobias Myers should pitch well.
Yeah.
I think that little streak we were riding before the break with the Cubs getting to righty starters, which was kind to us in a couple instances, it's done, right? Yeah, it's over. So Tobias Myers has been really good. Some nice looking road starts in there. I don't really have any reason to doubt him. The Cubs don't have enough lefty bats to really scare me off. If they were loaded up with lefties, maybe, because Tobias Harris does have some splits in that department. So I guess Brewers are past for me, Prop Beaver.
The Cubs have also seen, this is going to be the third time the Cubs have seen Myers this year, and they've had a lot of success against him. But again, I ended up passing on this game, but Myers has been, over his last 7 starts, Tobias Myers has been pretty damn good. He had a shaky start on the road in Colorado, whatever, and then a bad start against the Cubs at home. But besides that, the Padres, the Angels, Toronto, Detroit, Pittsburgh, I mean, he's going 6 innings, 1-run baseball, essentially. So if the Cubs can get to him now, like they have been, so be it. But yeah, there's no way I'd bet the Cubs.
Do you have anything for this one?
Not really. I wanted to look at this Tobias Myers stuff a little bit further that we were talking about here. Just wanted to see, looking at his velocity again last night, there was something that was tripping me up that I can't remember what it was. I didn't talk about it. It was something that was going through. What was it? I can't even remember. Yeah, what there was something that I had tabbed for Tobias Myers, and I was like, oh, I won't forget it. And I'm sitting here like an asshat, and I completely forgot what I wanted to bring up. So that's cool. Sai Suzuki was somebody that I was looking at for props. I didn't end up taking anything from this game whatsoever.
Oh, I have a graphic Suzuki 2+ total bases for you.
Yep. Yeah, I looked at it. It didn't end up being something that I wanted to be a part of, but there was something that I reminded myself to look up. This is why you write down pen to paper like a normal, like, I don't know, 1995 human being, like taking notes in school and shit. Should have been doing that.
Did I say? I think I said Tobias Harris again. I do that with this guy every time.
I do too. I said Tobias Harris like 14 times yesterday. You're just fine. You are not alone, Toast. Or sorry, Kyle.
Tobias Myers. Let's go on to the next game. Doesn't sound like any of us really like this one. I already know Toast is going to be on the Snakes here. I want to be on the Snakes.
I already bet the Snakes here.
What's holding me off is, okay, this kid. So you can go ahead and put up Diamondbacks money line for me and Toast. Toast actually bet it.
Why do you hate Cole Reagan so much? My boy. My boy.
Do I bet against the ball?
Average. He's all right.
Oh, my God.
All right. Let Lindy go first. You taking the Royals?
I'm going Royals run line. I'm going to the heavy side of things.
Let Lindy, you bat lead off.
Okay, so Yilber Diaz, this is literally the guy that we broke down, and I was very, very impressed with Yilber Diaz. He's now had 2 magical starts, 6 innings, just looked phenomenal in that debut against Atlanta. We talked through that entire situation, but one thing that's happened so far is you get home matchups that just kind of are tailor-made for you. Toronto, Atlanta, no lefties in the Toronto lineup that I'm really worried about. Kelnick, Olsen, those are mainly your guys in the Atlanta side. Not that Kansas City's bringing a ton of them to the plate here, but there's at least, for me, better hitters up top of this lineup on the road, first road start. Just a lot of things for me where I see the range of outcomes being him getting shelled at some point in time. Now, he's been fantastic. I don't want to say anything against Gilbert Diaz, really, but Cole Reagans is so much more of a known quantity. And when you start talking about numbers getting north of plus 130 in some spots, I mean, this is just kind of like, for me, I'll take the range of outcomes of Reagans being solid, having Diaz struggle a little bit, which shouldn't be that surprising for a third major league start. And so I'm just playing the range of outcomes game and going to the run line rather than just backing Kansas City at a thin price, I think, on the money line specifically.
Toast?
So first and foremost, you guys are going to laugh, but it's a play on the number for me. I don't think that the Royals are a good baseball team. I understand they're 7-3, their last 10, but they just got done beating up a White Sox team. I mean, and before that, they had some wins against St. Louis and Boston. I mean, and they lost 2 out of 3 against Boston. They got St. Louis and Colorado. I don't really think that they're a very good baseball team right now, even though that they have been playing better. And I don't really put too much stock into that. Arizona against lefty starters or against lefties in general let's just go lefties. Full season, they're like 7th in WRC plus, 5th in OPS, 6th in WOBA. Last 14 days, they're a top 10 versus lefties. On the road, on the Diamondbacks, the last month, there's a top 2 offense in Major League Baseball. And the one thing that I also like is I will say that Cole Reagans is really good against righties, but I will say lefties, not so much, but I mean, he's still really, really good. I'm like trying to pick in hairs here, but I just like the fact that Carroll is starting to hit better. And now you have a guy like Alec Thomas hitting in the 9-hole with power from the left-hand side as well. And then you're going to get Marte as well. So you're going to have a nice little pocket with Carroll, Thomas, and Marte with three or four lefties in there, mixed in with a whole bunch of righties as well. Arizona had everybody rested and available in their bullpen that I needed yesterday. None of them worked. I just couldn't pass up Arizona at this number. Arizona's been playing really well on the road this year as well. I'll take my chances at a big plus price.
Yeah, I think at this number, I didn't bet this one, but at this number, it would have to be Arizona. The only reason I didn't bet it is what Lindy said about Diaz kind of having his those first 2 starts like laid out for him nicely, 2 home starts. Now on the road in Kansas City is a little bit of a different situation, but I don't think this Royals lineup is any good. That's for me. I want to see them prove it to me. If they prove it to me tonight, then maybe I'll start looking towards the Royals' way. They're going to need to prove it to me for more. Do you know that in the last 30 days,
it's got to be a start. Tonight's a start.
In the last 30 days, so we're not talking about small sample sizes. The Royals are 25th in WRC plus, 23rd at OPS. They're bottom 10 against right-handed pitching in the last 30 days. They're 21st in WRC plus in the last 30 days at home. So I don't trust the Royals lineup at all. I mean, the last righty they saw was Andrew Thorpe, 6 shutout innings. I don't trust this Royals lineup. I don't think it's very good. So it's and the D-backs have gotten to lefty starters. So at this price, it would have to be snakes.
And the righty starters that they've got to is Flexen and Palante and Eflin. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm on the side of God. Kansas City Royals minus 1.5.
I'm
bringing God into this.
I'm not adding this to my maybe list, though. I think I am going to pass on that. Let's go.
Okay.
Boston didn't touch it, didn't look at it, didn't care. Coors Field sucks. You guys can go.
I got a bet. Go ahead, Lindy.
Okay, I like the over, but also we can get a little bit more nuanced with this. I also like the Colorado team total, 5.5. I like the alternate 5.5 going to plus 180 on the Colorado side of things. I think that this is one where Tanner Houck gets into elevation, and he's a slider primary pitcher. And anytime you get these kind of guys showing up at Coors Field, even though the ground ball rate is pretty decent, 55.2%, I just worked through his pitches, and I'm like, how is this going to play at altitude?
Weird. And he's never pitched there before either. Weird.
I don't think it's going to go very well for him here. So I went through all of the starts. Slider, sinker, split finger, those being his 3 primary pitches, gets by on absolutely no velocity, 93.5, basically topping out with the sinker. I think Tanner Houck gets shelled. So I think I got to be on this over, but I added the Colorado team total 5.5, was sitting at plus 185. It's down to plus 180, I think best available at the moment, but I'm kind of getting a little bit of freaking naughty with that one.
Real freaking naughty.
Freaking naughty.
All right,
can't
Toast,
follow
you want to
that.
talk about the shitty game in the shitty stadium?
I'd love to. Rockies money line for me. Bet it last night at plus 158. Couple different things here. Actually, kind of a lot, but I'm going to go through it fast. Situationally, Sunday night baseball fade hasn't been like the same, but at the same time, Boston played Sunday night baseball last night and have to travel into Coors. But more importantly, we're getting the Rockies, who just played a home series, who are used to altitude now for multiple days, playing a Red Sox team coming that had to travel before that and not used to the altitude. Those are the type of spots that I love to play the Rockies. We talked about them. This is the same type of spot we had against Arizona earlier in the year, and we won with Arizona. Lindy touched on Tanner Houck. He's never pitched in Coors here today, relies a lot on the spin. That's something could be an issue for me. And oh, by the way, the Rockies absolutely smash sliders and sinkers, and that's his two main pitches. I think the Rockies are live here today. Austin Gomber, I will give you, is terrible. And I can see the over. I can get that. But honestly, Boston versus left-handed pitching the last 30 days and 14 days is a bottom third lineup. On the road, they've been very good, but not against lefties. So as Gomber can give me like 5 or 6 innings of 2-3 run baseball, I honestly feel like the Rockies can win this game. So I'm on the Rockies money line, and I kind of like it a lot.
Gomber been a lot better at home for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
But he still sucks.
He still sucks. He's terrible.
No comment. Next. Shit. I don't know why that stadium's allowed to exist.
Speaking of stadiums that shouldn't be allowed to exist, Seattle, hey, T-Mobile, you saw it. It's beautiful. I think it's great right there on the pier. It's great. But it doesn't provide a lot of runs, and that's kind of the sad part about it.
Which is weird because the stadium itself is small.
Yeah, it's smaller, and yet, for whatever reason...
Does it swirl? It swirls?
It swirls. It's the swirling.
No, not like San Francisco.
It's so less swirling.
It's not close to the water. It's not as close to the water.
So less
swirling. Okay.
Way less swirl.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a lot of swirling.
2.
Wow.
This is a little swirly.
That's
it's
not
very
enough,
little swirling.
It's not enough swirling.
No swirling. Lots of horns, though.
All right, Toast. Mariners minus 162. You laying the juice.
I played over 7.5 at plus 100. That's what I played. So, yeah.
And how exactly do you see the Angels contributing to get to that 7.5?
This is going to be the second time they're seeing Bryce Miller, and I don't know. It's just kind of a play. It's just kind of a gut play for me. Like Bryce Miller's been really, really good. I'll give him that, but I don't know. I just, it's kind of like a gut play for me. So I'm not really going to talk about it much. I did bet that, but I don't think that Tyler Anderson's going to continue to pitch this well on the road. I know the Mariners suck, but the Mariners have also seen him already this year, and they just saw him 5 days ago. So yeah, I played over 7.5.
Lindy,
I think I'm fucked because now I think I have to play the Angels money line because it's at.
I was trying to get there. I was trying to get there. Trust me, dude. I was trying to get there. I was trying so hard.
All day, I'm like, oh, it's not going to get over plus 140, so I don't have to worry about betting this. And now BetMGM just slabbed up a plus 145 just to be like,
really?
It's like dangling the carrot. It's like the dude with the fucking wiener from Game of Thrones.
Man.
Little shake.
Well, I'm not going to bet it now. I was leaning the opposite of everything you guys just said. I was thinking 3-0 Seattle. I was actually considering laying the juice at minus 160. I think the Mariners win. Bryce Miller at home has been a beast. The Angels suck. They can't hit. I don't trust anything about the Angels. So I expect, not like that I expect the Mariners bats to do much, but it's a night game. The Vamps come out at night. So just put Mariners money line up for me. I won't bet it, but
Tyler Anderson just keeps doing it in a way where I have to at least give attention to it. And sub-3 ERA next to a 4.41 expected ERA. These are generally the things I like to bet against. These are generally not the droids that I'm looking for, but I see a number of ways where I think this is at least fascinating at plus 145. You have an Angels team that I just constantly thought we were going to see them in free-falling mode, but we've got 92 WRC plus projected lineup here today, 146 ISO against right-handed pitching. Miller's been good at home, but overall, I don't think he's anything spectacular by any means. And you look at some of his advanced metrics, 43% hard hit, 10.8% barrel percentage. there's at least a number of ways where I think Bryce Miller can run into a solo shot or two from the likes of O'Hop or Adele or Willie Calhoun, who's had an actually decent enough season with the Angels, might have actually found a home there. I feel like this is just a spot for value. I said if it got over plus 140, I'd have to take a look at it. And now it's there, so I'm probably going to have to bet it and look like an idiot.
I mean, I didn't put any money on it, so I can't really argue with you because it's not like I felt strongly enough to bet it. But wish you best of luck.
Yeah, thank you. And all of my endeavors.
Just this endeavor.
Okay, just that one.
Let's move on to the next game. I believe it's Houston, Oakland. And tell me we shouldn't take Oakland at plus 125.
I don't missed the baby the entire time. That was so cute.
Oh, he took a hard fall off the couch.
Oh, little man. Oh.
He's all right.
All right, good.
Toast, Oakland plus 125. So, all right, you know what? Put up Oakland for me.
I got over 8 plus 100.
All right. So, Oakland, I mean, I would lean towards the over also. But Oakland, in the last 30 days, they're a top 5 lineup. I mean, Oakland's been hitting. They've been hitting righties. They've been hitting at home. The last 30 days, top 10 home lineup. Top 5 lineup period in the last 30 days. Against righties, 8th in WRC plus in the last 30 days. This Oakland lineup, we know it comes and goes. Well, it's coming right now. They're hitting. They just crushed Griffin Canning. We saw him get to Pavetta, Brian Bayo. I mean, the Oakland bats are hitting. It's Arrighetti on the road where he's been terrible. He's got a 6.70 ERA and a 187 whip on the road this season. They're good against his pitch mix. He throws the 4-seam fastball and the cutter. They hit those pitches well. I expect the Oakland to score. I expect the A's to score runs here on Arrighetti. And on the other side, look, it's Hogan Harris making a start against the Astros, but Astros haven't really been getting to lefty starters. They didn't get to Andrew Heaney, really. They didn't get to Trevor Rogers. Didn't really get to Kikuchi. They got to Quintana back on June 28th. I don't know if I trust Houston to get to lefty starters right now. So by no means am I looking to support Hogan Harris, but I'm expecting both teams to score runs. And I'm getting the home team at plus 125. I think it's worth a shot. I actually might bet this. I actually like that over too, though.
Yeah, so I played over. This is one of the first plays. This matter of fact, I played this over because of your spreadsheets. I played over 8. I know it's 8.5 now, but if just looking at, we already knew that Hogan Harris sucked, and I assumed that the Astros would score runs. And then on top of that, I knew that Oakland had been really, really good as far as I'm at the plate lately. And Oakland against bullpens this year, number one the last 7, 14, and 30 days. So Oakland can score late as well. But then if you don't have access to his, if you can, Sauce, pull up the bottom of the spreadsheet with the pitch mixes, because it's green everywhere.
Yeah,
every single person for both teams have expected WOBA and high barrel percentages for both starting pitchers. So as soon as I saw that, and I knew that the starting pitcher for Oakland sucked and Oakland had been scoring a whole bunch of runs, I played over immediately. So like I said, I can't really add much more, but yeah, Oakland should score, Houston should score. I played over 8.
I like that. You know what? Instead of betting Oakland money line, what if I go with, what's the Oakland team total over?
Yeah, that's another one I was looking at too.
Why can't I find that? Where's team total on Odd Chopper?
Oakland, it's 3.5, minus 110 on Caesars, minus 125 on the majors.
Yeah, you can go to the live odds page and scroll across. It's usually on the far right side of the screen, and then you can add that to the portfolio. And
I don't see team total though. I'm on it right now. I see.
Team total. Yeah, team totals generally aren't listed there. It's hard to pull and scrape the data from some of the sites to go strictly to team totals. So that has to be. That's usually one of the like 2 or 3 things that I kind of like have to do by hand. That still sucks, but it is what it is. It's not so bad.
Right. So instead of these 2 bets you have up for me, Prop Beaver, I'm doing Oakland team total over 3.5, and I'm going to bet this. I'm this is an elite. I'm betting this.
So bet it on Caesar Sauce.
Right. All right. I'll do it right now.
Just jam every Brent Rooker hitting prop into the room.
We have a graphic for you.
These numbers are bad. So Brent Rooker to homer, plus 430 at Caesars. What? Okay. Yeah, sounds great. Brent Rooker, over 1.5 total bases, plus 130 at FanDuel, plus 145 over at ESPN if you have access to that. Okay, yeah, sounds good to me too. How about this though? I like this being like a quarter both sides of it, or half unit both sides of it play. I like Brent Rooker doubles plus 440 over at FanDuel and plus 430 to homer over at Caesars. You're actually getting a better number on the double, which is a little bit strange, but These numbers are asinine that we're looking at for Brent Rooker. In the month of July, he is hitting 462, 538, 942 for an OPS of nearly 1.5. That's not real. That mother effer's not real. That's basically what we're seeing. So Brent Rooker, I think you fire all of his props to the moon, specifically those two. Look really, really nice, both north of plus 430. That's pretty nifty. But then to take it further, Spencer Arrighetti against some of these righties, 157 expected ISO, that's decent enough. But like Brent Rooker has a 302 expected ISO versus writings, right around the perfect like 20-degree launch angle, has 15 homers against them in 280 plate appearances. I mean, he's taking Spencer Arrighetti into the stratosphere tonight.
Brent Rooker is playing a video game right now.
It is not real.
All right, I'm on. Seems like we're all circling the same thing. I like Oakland to score. Toast like the over. Lindy likes Rooker to score. We're all on board.
Yeah.
Next, I think this is the last game coming up, right? Giants Dodgers. Oh, we don't even know who's pitching still, right?
Ryan River.
River, baby. River Ryan.
Sorry.
River Ryan.
River Ryan. I know that.
The river runs through Ryan.
Exactly.
I have nothing to say then.
He's been good at Oklahoma City.
I like the over in tomorrow night's game with Landon Knack versus Jordan Hicks. I like if you want to play some bet for tomorrow. I was just looking at tomorrow night's game earlier. I like the over tomorrow night.
Okay, we'll just make this simple. Lindy, is Blake Snell back?
Yes.
Thank you. San Francisco first 5 money line at plus
That's
100
the
for
play.
me.
That's
Bingo.
the play. Exact same play.
Yep.
You know the
Go
Giants need to score a run for you to win that.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Go ahead,
you,
Randy.
you do know that?
Oh, well, yeah. And I'm going to at least say that this isn't like some evisceration of River Ryan, but
No.
one of my favorite things in baseball to do, especially if it's a really good lineup like the Dodgers that are going to inflate the number. I love targeting first outings. I'm going to probably team total ladder San Francisco. I'm probably going to do a lot of different things on the San Francisco side, including first 5 being the primary play. Because Blake Snell's, he's going to be a fully operational Death Star sooner rather than later. And a 3.75 xFIP for River Ryan looks all right. 2.76 ERA looks really, really good. But the strikeout stuff, you never really know how it's going to translate. And he's been getting by on it. 28.8% K rate there at AAA ball. Skipped AA entirely this season. Went from A up to AAA there. And I think they kind of found something out of the middle of nowhere with him. I mean, the strikeout stuff has always kind of been there for him, but had some power problems. 4.41 FIP as he got called up to AA ball last season, 5.09 FIP, AAA ball, and just a number of signs where it's like, all right, you give me the first start for a guy up against, it's kind of the same thing with the Cole Reagans one to a certain extent for, it's a pitching disparity here, and we have a far more known quantity, just like that Diaz and Reagan spot. That's what we have here with River Ryan and Blake Snell, who I do think is going to just start mowing dudes down. He looked awesome in his rehab starts. He's looked awesome in his first 2 starts back. 12 innings pitched, no earned. I don't see how you don't play San Francisco here at these numbers.
I mean, the glazing of Blake Snell is out of control on this show. Are you guys kidding?
Thank you for your analysis, Lindy. I appreciate you being on the show today.
Glazing. I was going to say, thank you so much. This is nice. This is nice.
Coach, do you have a Blake Snell fathead in your house?
No, I got a jersey sign.
Funny part is it's located on my cock.
No.
Yeah.
I like the Dodgers now just because the perception of Blake Snell has gotten out of control.
Blake Snell, 2-time Cy Young winner, AL and NL.
Who cares what
Seems
happened
good.
in 2016?
Also, I'm
2016?
sure
What about 2022?
Yeah.
Or
What's your
2023?
ROI if you've been back at Snell this year, you think?
I don't
not
know.
good.
I've been fading the hell out of him and making
Yeah,
so
I
pretty
faded
good
him at
money.
the beginning of last season and then hit eject.
Give me Dodgers
Just
money
in
line.
time
Put
for
it
him to
up.
turn on Cy Young stuff. So, yeah.
Give
I'm
me
a Blake
Dodgers
Snell
money line.
whisperer.
I'm putting this up. I'm putting this graphic up. It's more making a statement that I'm
And he also
standing.
hasn't looked at the Dodgers bullpen either.
No money line.
You know what? We're going to make a statement when we post this screenshot later. It'll be enjoyable.
Proppy was trying to con me into Dodgers minus. No money line. If you wanted to come on the show and pick Dodgers minus 1.5, turn your camera on. Turn your camera on. The crowd will love it. They ask for you every day.
Why is Prop Beaver in the corner?
They
Nobody
would
puts
love
Prop
that.
Beaver in the corner.
Random, it's like if he came in with like a random live walk prop, oh my God, the world would go crazy.
And then
Do
would
it.
Lose miserably,
Do it.
and he would never come on again.
Kermit, do
All
it.
right. Let's do
But yeah.
community parlay. Hit him with the song.
Community parlay, the parlay we bet, yeah. Community parlay is for the community. We community, making a parlay. Yeah.
And to the Blake Snell dick sucking that was going on. Anytime someone mentions Blake Snell, just hit the song. Probably right. All right, let's do community parlay. All right. First up, they actually like the Cardinals with us. So Cardinals at plus 150.
Just for everybody that's watching, if you like missed this or whatever, like a live over, if these teams are tied late, would be fine because the Dodgers bullpen is pretty damn taxed and the San Francisco bullpen sucks. Rogers is down, Walker's down, and Duvall went 16 yesterday. So we could see some runs late in this game.
Cardinals, yep. Then I think they like the Tigers too. They like the Tigers in that poll. I was the only one that liked Cleveland there. Orioles, Marlins. I'm assuming they like the Orioles. I don't remember the poll. But... Wait a second. Orioles, Marlins. I'm looking at tomorrow's. My bad. I was looking at tomorrow's order. So Cardinals. The next one is Mets. Then it's Tigers. Yep. Okay. So we're good. We're good. You don't have to put it in order. Tigers. Then Reds. Yeah, they like the Reds. It was hard because the community liked some dogs today, so I had to remember.
We're starting to get a very, very esteemed audience here watching these programs.
Yeah,
partaking in some plus money fashion.
Wait till you see like a Saturday morning college football. The comments are like everyone's so fired up. There's a lot of energy in the comment section on those Saturday college football and the Sunday morning NFL shows. See if Prop Beaver wants to show his face on camera ever again. You scared? Oh yeah, by the way, while they're voting, Lindy, you want to tell them where they can find your stuff?
Yeah, jump on over to OddShopper, everybody, oddshopper.com. You can sign up for that. Beautiful stuff to be able to get all the tools access there. And then the premium Discord where I hang out frequently. Stochastic over on the fantasy side of our company, talking through every single MLB slate live before lock, usually an hour before first pitch of the main afternoon evening games. So be on the lookout for those. But otherwise, you can see Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks every single evening. Watch it alongside Kyle's program. I know a lot of you already do that as well. Really, really appreciate it because he's doing a great job, and it's so fun to be collabing with you.
Yep. Yeah, he does the upload the night before, kind of similar to what I do. So if you like my videos, you would like his as well. All right, next poll. Who was the first one? Cardinals at plus 150? Oh, no, I was looking at tomorrow's price, plus 105. Tomorrow's their plus.
I was like, wait, what?
Tomorrow's it's Lance Lynn versus Skeens.
Skeens, mother trucker.
I want to take the cards. All right, next up, Phillies, Rangers, Brewers, then Royals.
Royals money line, just nuke. 4
more Saturdays till NCAA week 0. Yep. I hate week 0 though, because you get so excited and it's like 2 bettable games. It's like you don't like, but you end up like putting money down on games where you're like, I shouldn't. like the GIF, like I should.
You can't say no. It's like when the Hall of Fame game comes around and all of a sudden I'm like, why am I investing so much money in defensive props? I need actual help to not do that this year.
Andy thinks North Dakota State's going to beat Colorado, he said.
That would be amazing.
That would be... I'm not a Deion hater or anything, but that would be... Like, Twitter would be a fun read for several hours if that happened.
I'm going to say I'm a South Dakota boy. South Dakota State's got another football squad this year, too.
You just say... Put that. We need that on a shirt, and I quote Lindy, I'm a South Dakota boy.
Yeah, Jackrabbits. Jackhammer that shit.
I took them as a 15 seed money line in the tournament. Didn't work out.
No, it did not.
Red Sox money line. Then Mariners money line. Astros money line. And did they like the Giants with them, or did they like the Dodgers with me? I'm assuming that they all jumped on Skeens. No, Dodgers won the poll. I just scrolled up. Dodgers won the poll. Community has some sense.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, first and second place make it here. Shit. No, we got to do one more with second place finish because yeah, you're right. Whatever. because we're taking 2 out of the whatever. We'll just pick first and second.
Say hi, Kyle.
You have him deal out a lock. Can he point to a team?
He said hi to you.
Oh, I couldn't hear him.
He was on mute. That's why. He knows your voice.
Can he point to a team?
Yeah.
One or two?
It was the Giants.
Oh, good man.
Wow, you're racing that kid poorly. Oh, Giants. All right. Doubles down on Dodgers.
Hello.
I'm trying. He's doing Kyle. He thinks he's doing Kyle because he watches. All right.
All right. All right. All right. So what's the community parlay? Red Sox Astros. All right, so the community parlay is, can I get odds on that? Someone want to shout it out in the comments, or Toast was holding a child, so I doubt.
It was.
Someone in the comments want to shout out the odds for that.
Cardinals, Phillies, Red Sox. Phillies, Red Sox,
Astros, parlay it. 943.
943. So we got Cardinals, Phillies, Red Sox,
Right.
Astros money line plus 943. Did you cook something up for us, Prop Beaver? Show it on the screen. Let's see what Prop Beaver did. Mitch Keller, lower fantasy points. Love it. Good pick. Tariq Skubal, lower fantasy points. I'm with that. That's a
I don't know.
Prop Beaver still got it. He's been on the bench for a while, but he could still do it. Tanner Houck, lower fantasy points.
Oh, that's a smash. That's a smash.
Yeah.
All right, and today's secret customer special is Shohei Ohtani over a half plate appearance. So that's a free leg, and if you're in one of the states here highlighted in yellow, head over to Underdog Fantasy, the website, or download the app. When you make your account, you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So you deposit $100, they'll give you a free $100 to play with, and you get access to use that Shohei Ohtani customer special. It's a free leg in your first pick'em. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Be back tomorrow at the same time. Uploading a video tonight with some shit. Also, the football spreadsheets are just about done. So by the end of this week, we're going to start spitting out team previews. I think what we'll do is we'll do the normal live show. And then after, at this time, those of you that want to hang around, Andy will come on and we'll do 3 college football teams, or Scoop will come on, or anyone that wants to talk college football. And then Prop Beaver will come on to do the NFL teams if he has the nutsack to do so. But we'll start previewing football teams within the next few days. They'll be at the end of the live show. And also, so for those of you that want to hang out and watch it then, also we'll take it, clip it, and upload it too. So if you missed it and didn't have time to hang out, you could just watch it the next morning. So everyone.